Okay, hello everyone. Today I would like to introduce a new media operations solution called Media Backbone NavigatorX. And my name is Wei Wu, Senior Product Manager for the Sony Software Solutions. And before we talk about this product, let me ask one first question. What is the solution for the file-based media operations? And I think a lot of people will say MAM, right? Media Asset Management. That's the famous solution for these type of operations. And of course, digital is important. Somebody may say, damn, digital asset management. And also production, right? You have PAM. And also somebody think workflow is important. So we have BPM, business process management. And somebody, not somebody, everyone loves your mom. So we have mom. It's media operation management, right? Too many M's. And again, we are Sony. We are not selling candy. She may like it. Before we really talk about the problems, actually, if you really talk to anybody, any customers, they are using the existing, any of the M systems, they all have one same feeling. It's they feel when they buy these type of giant systems, they feel, well, all of our operators, we are actually working for the system, not let the system working for their operations. And then if you really take a look at the detail about what's the problems, what's the current situation, number one point is platform dependent. Be honestly, back to 15 years ago, it was okay. Everybody was using Windows desktop, right? So you have heavy Silverlight, .NET, Java, that's okay. But now, mobile devices, you may using Mac, Windows still, right? iPhone, iPad, tablet, smartphone. And if you are continue to have Silverlight, Java, Flash, how you can use your MAM system from any devices? So now this became a huge problem. Number two, poor performance. I have to say, if you really hear a lot of customers' voices, they have a MAM system. And finally, the asset level grows into, let's say, 10 million. And it's even very hard to let the media operators to find the content. And to be honestly, you pay $500,000 by a software. And if you still cannot use it to find your content, you can continuously to use Windows Explorer or Finder. You don't need to pay anything, right? Complicated operation. And most of the MAM system was specifically designed for broadcast. From the baseband ingest, traffic to playout. It's very hard to use for everyone. And most of the MAM system, when you try to use it, you have to take 2 weeks of the training. And even after training, you may not understand how to use it. So this is really not a good situation. Can change workflow. Workflow is really became more and more important. When we have the system, we say we can manage the content. And the customers always ask questions. You will ask questions. How we can do transfer, how we can do transcode, how we manage archive system. The answer is workflow. The real ideal situation is you find the content, all the operations should be run the workflows. But unfortunately, if you really check all the M systems, most of the workflows, if you really try to change them, you need to know how to coding. But if you are broadcast, post-production, or even any places you are just managing your media, you have editors, you have producers, you have directors, how can you understand how to coding? And then you have to ask a vendor. They submit change order to you. That's not really the ideal situation. And of course, last but not the least, expensive hardware and software. When you try to purchase an M system, when you look at the hardware specification, it always requires a rack, a big rack with 10 different servers. If you visit any big networks, it's all that type of situations. But be honestly, what MAM system does is manage your content, search, find your content, run the workflow. Why this type of system need to run with 10 different servers? I don't think so. And the software, of course, the MEM system, you need to search, you need to manage content. It's always based on the database. Oracle, SQL Server, nothing is cheap. Vendor will have to pay Oracle, will have to pay Microsoft, right? Of course, back to the end, they will have to charge to the customers, and you will have to pay the high expensive cost on both hardware and the software. And based on that, we really think what should be the ideal situation for a media asset management. Number one is actually should be platform independent. You really should be able to open your MEM system from almost anywhere. Mac, Windows, iPhone, iPad, tablet, cell phone. Just open your browser. You should be able to search and use the system. That's the ideal situation. High performance search. Search is the most important thing. If you cannot find your content, you can do nothing, right? So why you cannot use this system just like you use Google? Type in keyword, find your content, quick, fast, accurate. And then you can run the workflow. Plug and play operations. This system is really just helping you to manage your content, do media operation. Why you have to take 2 weeks of the training? It's not necessary, right? So our target is really make it be as simple as you open the browser, you will be able to know how to use it. Workflow orchestration. Of course, workflow is another important thing. But our target, again, is really plug and play, drag and drop style workflow creation tool. You don't have software engineers. So without software programming knowledge, all the editor, admin people, producers, directors, they should be able to change your workflow without any software programming knowledge. And based on these 4 points, we are really happy to announce this new product release from Sony called Media Backbone NavigatorX, which is an out-of-box solution, includes 3 important portions. Number 1 is media asset management. Of course, you need it. Manage your content, powerful search, playback, preview, editing metadata. And then you need to manage your workflow. We call media process management. We have a workflow engine, and we have a workflow editor tool to manage your devices, to orchestrate your workflows. And of course, not only devices. You have human operators. You have hardwares. So once all the workflow be managed by this workflow management system, we have all the KPI data. We have all the system performance metrics data. And then we provide a dashboard to allow you to really real-time monitor the system performance and the resource usage, operational milestones. And of course, even I'm doing this type of presentation, I'm actually a software engineer. So from my opinion, good concept is important. That's the foundation, but it's not enough, right? You cannot just talk about the concept. You still need to see how this product looks like, what type of features we have. First of all, we provide a content management portal, file format agnostic. Now it's not only video, it's not only audio, graphic files, documents, they are all important. We support all of them. Stores anywhere. That's another good concept because any storage, you may use really different storage, even hard disks. You can easily mount into the server and we can manage all of them. And of course, archive system. No matter you are using Sony Optic Disk Archive system or LTO system, we can manage all of them. Cloud. We support the Sony C media platform, and also we support YouTube. We support Amazon S3 object storage. So stores anywhere. You don't need to care where you store file. This is your portal to search, find your content. And of course, we provide a very flexible organization feature. And the metadata is another important thing. Not only the metadata for the entire clip, even for each frame, we have the metadata. And then they will be searchable. They will be your search keyword. And it's full web-based. Remember I said platform independent. You don't need to install anything. And in that case, you have to preview the video. So we provide a very powerful web-based player you will be able to see from the demo after the presentation. Search is the most important thing. Not only the asset metadata search, we can index documents. We can search closed captions. Ingest is the #1 step. How you import the file into the system, right? We provide a centralized ingest platforms, which can allow you browse any storages and browse Sony C platform, browse S3 object storage on the cloud. And also we can set up a watch folder. And then when we do ingest, we support extract the technical metadata from the files directly, automatically. And then, of course, we support the customer metadata. And then we support you import the metadata from third-party system as XML. Even we support LTO system with HSM vendor, but when you think about the architecture, it's always MEM, HSM, LTO, 3. And you may actually purchase 3 systems from 3 different vendors. But if you are using the Sony ODA systems, it's from 1 vendor, 2 systems. The Sony NavigatorX MEM combined with the Sony ODA archive system, which you can do from MEM perspective, archive, retrieve, partial retrieve manually, automatically by the workflows. That's the MEM perspective. And also, since ODA is a device, it has a library, it has drive, it has cartridge. NavigatorX actually also provides a GUI to manage the ODA device itself. Editor integration is also important. Adobe is really generate a good idea called panel integration. This is actually Adobe Premiere GUI, but you can see NavigatorX as part of Premiere as a panel. So in that case, editor will not have to open multiple GUIs. Just stick on Premiere. They will be able to search from NavigatorX, and then they can do editing. It's seamless integration. Enterprise search. You may have different departments. You may have different locations, right? And then we can provide multiple NavigatorX instances. They can be in different countries, different cities. And then we provide the federated search feature. They can look at each other. They can search each other, exchange file with each other. Workflow. Everything is a workflow in NavigatorX world. But we provide a workflow editor tool. It's a plug-and-play style HTML5-based tool. You can easily drag and drop your step and create a workflow without software programming knowledge. And of course, we provide a very rich Sony and also third-party plugins, cross, transcode, ingest, transfer, archive, QC, all different areas. And then you can easily use those type of different steps to change and create your own workflows. Dashboard. Since it's all managed by workflow, so we provide the dashboard, which offers the real-time graphic view of the system performance. And you can really monitor, track resource usage, identify the values, right? And analyze the value in detail, and also identify the bottleneck. So you will see this from the demo. And last, just to see a quick use case, a standard use case of how to use this system. You have the content management system, and then we allow you register the content from any resources, baseband ingest, file ingest, download from cloud, register into the system, and you can use this content management portal to do search, browse, preview, catalog metadata, and with just 1 click, the file can be distributed to any targets, no matter if it's Editor Island or archive system or external distribution. We integrate with Aspera Signet, can do external transfer and upload to the cloud, no matter if it's YouTube or Sony C platform, or 1 click. The workflow will do all the job for you, not manually, because we really have the rich third-party plugins and customizable workflows. And trust me, this will not be only used for broadcast and post-production. Education, sports, government, corporation, face market, any places you are managing the file-based media, do file-based media operation, you can definitely take advantage from this system. And of course, seeing is not believing. Talking this, everybody can. You will have to see the demo. Web-based. What you need to do is no matter which platform, just open your browser, log in, and you will be able to use the system. And it's really like what I said. You can look at it. Without training, can you use it or not? When you log in, this is the main landing page. It has been divided with 3 areas, very simple and clean and clear. So left side is the organization feature. We still have the traditional bin folder, and also you can save your search criteria as a smart search. And in the middle area, it's actually how you browse the search result. You can see a list view, which you have all the different columns. You can sort the columns. And the columns, it's not decided by Sony. Users, you can decide which type of metadata or column you want to see from this list view. It's all customizable. Just with one click, you can change the metadata which you want to see. And of course, we have the PyCon view because we generate thumbnail. To identify which clip is which clip, use the PyCon view is also useful. And the right side, one click. It's very fast. Even without loading the content, you will be able to see all the metadata in the right side. And you can catalog them, right? And what you can do with this system is just a search. But before the search, let me just quickly show what's the number 1 step. Ingest, right? You have to put the file into the system. So it's all seamless, integrated with one GUI. You can change the different view from this menu. So Asset Importer is the tool to help you to ingest your content from all different places. Online storage. Any storage hard disk, you can easily mount it into our server. And then you can browse it, like how you browse Windows Explorer or Mac Founder, right? And then you select a folder. We will register the system, register the files into the system. Watch folder, you can actually set up multiple watch folders, and you can control if you want make the watch folder be live or not. And archive volumes, we integrate with HSM vendor, that's StoreNext, SGL. We can browse the archive system volumes from NavigatorX. And cloud is another important thing. So Sony C platform, you can browse the Sony C platform's workspace content from NavigatorX. Actually, this is live in the cloud. And Amazon storage, Amazon S3 object storage is also supported by NavigatorX. You can browse the Amazon S3 bucket from the NavigatorX. And then you select, do the ingest. And we extract the technical metadata from the files. And also, you can type in the customer metadata. What type of customer metadata you want to type in, it will be decided by you, not us. And the ingest is actually a workflow. How to configure the workflow. You may have different requirements, right? We provide a very easy to use tool to allow you to change your workflow. In here, you can see the workflow preset. You can easily decide, say, what's the workflow preset? Do you require archive? Let's say you want register the high-res and generate proxy, generate thumbnail. Once we have the proxy and the thumbnail, you want to archive the high-res immediately. You can select in here, say, I want to require archive immediately. Do you need to transcode the proxy? Do you need to generate thumbnail? Do you need to transfer the file to some different locations right after ingest? We call direct distribution. It also can be supported. And you can see this GUI, everybody can do. Without any programming knowledge, you can use this configuration tool to build your own workflows, right? So let's go back to the asset management portal. I will show you the search. So going back to here, when the content is into the system, how you can do? Why I'm saying you don't need training is because if you know how to use Google, you will be able to know how to use this system. You can see in here, the only thing you can do in here is search. because the first step is always find your content. Do the search. Let's say you want search image file. You find it, right? And then you single click, you see the metadata. And if you want preview, just double click. It will open this graphic file in the video player window. And the previous search results will still be listed up at the left side. So if you want to browse any other content, just a single click, you will be able to see it. And you can see how fast it is. Easy to use. You can go back to the search to see the PyCon view, or you can actually continuously do the search in here. Say, for example, I want to find the PDF. And by the way, you can see how fast the search is. And then you want to click the PDF. We load the PDF at the same video player window. So the operation is all same for different file formats, right? And by the way, when you think about the search, the video, audio, they have metadata. They have technical metadata, format, bitrate, duration. So even without you type in any customer metadata, the technical metadata already be searchable. But document, PDF, PowerPoint, how can you search them? It's a name. If you don't remember this name, how you can find them? But they are document. They are text-based. We actually index the document to make the content be inside of the document also searchable. So let's say, for example, this document called Sony NavigatorX. And if I search Sony NavigatorX, this is a Sony NavigatorX system we set up for NAB. If you search Sony NavigatorX, you will find a lot. But let's say some keyword. For example, top flight performance. That's just a word. It does not belong to any metadata. Just one word inside of this document. So let me just make it be clear. So let's say, for example, you search Sony. A lot. How can you find that document, right? But let's say if you search top flight performance, you find the document. It's just a word inside of the document, and you can see how fast it is. And of course, the video is the most important things. You find the video file, and let me add some other keyword. I remember there is some, we want to show the Gmaster lens. So some video called the Gmaster video. And by the way, we generate a proxy. The proxy flavor can be decided by you. If you want to save your storage space, it can be very low res, right? But in here, I just want to show how good about our web-based player. Remember, it's not native application. This web browser is playing back this proxy. And this proxy original is 4K. And we generated a 2560 by 1440 high-res proxy. Let's look at how good about this proxy. And by the way, you can actually drag and to preview to say where you want to start and playback. And also, you can make it full screen. It's a very good quality proxy if you think about it's a proxy. But when you play back from this web-based player, it plays back very smoothly. Okay? Some small features which you can actually mark in and mark out to create your markers. We can send to the edit platform. So you can also treat them as an event. Right? So for example, let me find one. This is a kit face, and then I want marking and mark out for this frame. And I say, well, I want to add a new event. The name is maybe just to say kit. Right? And it's in here, in this frame. And next time, you may not remember this entire clip. You may just want to find this frame. How you can do that, right? So let's make it clear. Go back to the main window. Let me just quickly search all. And then you say, well, I remember that frame has a kit face. I want to find that frame. So I just do search kit. You find it. Of course, a lot of other closed caption file include that same keyword. They also will be hit. But definitely you find this one, right? And if you double click this one, it goes to this frame. And you find this frame. And also, you can change the thumbnail. Let's say you want this one become the new thumbnail for the entire clip. You can say set thumbnail. And you will be able to see the thumbnail has been changed to this frame. And also closed caption. Subtitle is very important. When I play back this clip, you didn't see any closed caption files, right? So no closed caption. But if you have any closed caption or subtitle sidecar files, you can actually link into this video. You can do a search, find any closed caption files, and you say you want to link to the system. And now, if you click in here, you see the closed caption file will be showed overlay. And when you play back, you can see the closed caption file. And also, why I say the search feature is so powerful for this system is not only index document, not only metadata, even the closed caption file. If you want to extract them, you can extract the closed caption file based on the time code. And they will be searchable as well. So you can actually search any keyword. Say, for example, I want to find a sample. And you find it. And if you click it, it goes to this right frame to map to the video. Relations is another important thing. You can make relations between the content and the content. And the workflow can help you to do that automatically. Or you can manually make the link between the content and the content. And when you find one, you find the others. All right? Okay. So archive. If you want to archive to the ODA drive, actually when you find the clip, you can easily do the archive. Say, well, I want to archive to the ODA. All right? And also, this is from MAM perspective. It's not only the entire clip archive, but also you can actually say, well, I want to mark in, and I want to mark out, and then I want distribute to somewhere, the subclip. And also I can do the partial archive for the ODA, right? Also, not only for the MAM perspective, but also ODA is a device. It has library. It has cartridge. So how you monitor the ODA system? We provide the Oda Archive Manager, which you can actually manage all the ODA. You can configure different drive and the library as a pool, and you can monitor the library. And you can actually monitor the cartridge, say free space capacity. All right? Workflow. I talked so many things, and you may wondering, well, you say workflow is important, but all the thing you talked about is content management. Where are the workflows? Workflow is almost in everywhere. All the operation based on this system is workflow. So for example, you have this clip. You want to transfer this clip, upload this clip to YouTube. You say, well, I want to distribute to YouTube. Run our workflow. This clip, you say, well, I want to check the status. Oh, it's actually online, right? It's online. So I want to archive. Say, hey, I want to archive this system to ODA, or this file to ODA. Archive. Or you say, I have a new clip. I want to register into the system. I want to upload it. So let's browse the local client. I have a butterfly, MPEG-4. I want to upload this file into the system. So I say upload. From operation perspective, I did a 3 one-click. I actually run 3 different workflows. And you say, where are the workflows? Actually, you can monitor it. So when you go here, you find the workflow monitor. And now you see, upload to YouTube. Actually, it's failed. I think we don't have network connection. And the archive, it's in progress, right? 7%. And upload, the video import for Butterfly is in progress, 7%. Be honestly, list up all the work order you generated, status, progress, everybody can do. And why we say we are a workflow orchestration system is if you want to see the detail, you can double click. You see the workflow diagram. Even a simple upload, it's a workflow. And you do see where are the current state. The past media information, register asset has been completed. You see the check mark. And now it's generate thumbnail. And you see the real-time progress bar. So for admin, you can easily monitor what's the current status for the workflow. And when you see this diagram, I know you definitely will ask, say, well, I like this workflow, but how can we change the workflow? Not Sony. User, how can we change the workflows, right? So we provide a workflow editor tool. But before I show you the workflow editor tool, let me just say, what's your use case about you say you want to change your workflow? You say, well, I want to change transcode profile. Or you may say, well, I want to add one more distribution points. Actually, those can be done by the configurations. Even before you really do big workflow changing, we provide a setting which you can actually change your workflow. But before that, let me just show you. Now, when you select a clip and you say, I want to distribution. And in distribution, you can say, well, I have C, Sony C upload, YouTube upload, and I can copy to like a few folders. And I want to add one more. Say I want to transfer this file to NAB server, okay? And that it's in a shared storage. How I can change that? Everybody can, because if you go to the setting, it's distribution workflow changing. So in here, you can see all the existing one, right? So you can add a new one. Say I want to register a new workflow preset. Say transfer to NAB server, right? And then you can say, well, I want to do a copy. And where are the target folder? It will show all the shared storage. And you select the target folder. And then you will be able to say, do you need a checksum? Do you need a like transcode? Generate a different format? Do you need a QC? All right? And then you say submit. That's for admin. So easy. I can guarantee everybody can change this workflow. And after admin change that, for media operators, they can go back to the asset management page. I still select the same content. And now if I click the same distribution, you will be able to see now I have the transfer to NAB server. With one click, this file will be transferred to that folder. So for operation, it's always like one click, right? And then you still may ask, say, this is good for more than 50% of the cases, but I still want to do some big surgery. Then how you change your workflow, right? So in that case, we actually provide a workflow editor tool. It's web-based, drag and drop style. Let's say this workflow is upload distribution workflow, but you do not have QC step. You want to do a QC before you upload the content. So you drag and drop the QC step into the panel, and then you delete this the line, pipeline, and you make a connection, and you click the QC step, which will pop up the configurations, which QC device, which profile, right? And then you make the configuration, and then you make the connection to the next step. This is still under development. We want to receive more and more ideas and use cases. So feel free, go to our Sony booth, play with it, tell us more ideas. So easy, right? And once you have all the workflows, you have the KPI data. Don't waste them. System performance, device usage, workflow status, content generation, map. You can see a lot of things. We provide a dashboard for you. You will be able to see a mashup for all of your system performance. This is we just generate for NAB demo. You tell us your idea. We will generate it for you. It's also under development, so go to our booth, take a look at, give us ideas. What type of KPI data you want them to be mashed up? But let's say for this one, how many workflows was generated in last 24 hours? How many workflows are failed? How many contents has been generated? You can see all from here, and also what's the difference of the workflows. And the workflow based on the timeline. In the right side, the system metrics, CPU usage, memory usage, it can compare with the workflow. Let's say, for example, in here, you have a high amount of the workflow. and you want to see the details, say what happened in here. It expands. You can see the details, say the CPU and memory usage. That's actually all I want to show you. Again, dashboard, workflow editor tool, workflow monitor tool, and the content management. These 4 things made one package called NavigatorX, well delivered by Sony. Thank you for your time.